Welcome to Mental Health Monday. Today, we're going to talk about handling the holidays. As I go to record this, we are actually coming up on Thanksgiving here in the United States. And of course, that's quickly followed by Christmas. And then we have things scattered throughout the year, such as birthdays and other holidays. So we want to talk today specifically about just a couple key components to help us navigate through the holidays, especially if you're dealing with some level of loneliness. My name is Ruth Hendrickson, and I run RHM International and Mashaw Ministry. And so, again, Mental Health Mondays, we want to dive in. So, as I was thinking about this, as I was processing it, I got to thinking about Psalm 68, verses 5 and 6, and I'm going to read it to you out of the Passion Translation. And it says, "To the fatherless, he is a father. To the widow, he is a champion friend. The lonely he makes part of a family. The prisoners he leads into prosperity until they sing for joy." So I want to focus on that one phrase, the lonely he God makes part of a family. And one of the things we know is with the holidays, it's especially a time when we're in a season of grief, where we can be in a season of isolation, we can be in a season of loneliness. And it's like when the holidays hit, that just all gets a spotlight shown on it. And can become very, very difficult seasons. And I want to say to you right now, the Lord wants to bring joy and peace into this season, no matter where you're at. He wants to bring joy and peace. Some of you have really difficult family dynamics. He wants to bring joy and peace. Some of you don't have any family to have family dynamics with. He wants to bring joy and peace. The thing is he will take us, he will take the lonely, and he puts us in families. So as we come up to the holidays, what are just a couple keys, some components, some things that can really help? One can be to find a place to serve or to give. In other words, come out of isolation, come out of being alone. Find a place where you could give, such as a shelter that's feeding meals, Thanksgiving dinner, Christmas dinner, whatever. Find a place where you can serve. Get out of your own space. Um, Another thing, with that comes socialization. So be really intentional about socialization, finding that place to connect, to have conversation. One of the things my uncle said when my aunt passed away is one of his regrets is when my aunt passed, he isolated. And later on, when he looked back over this, he realized that that was not a good choice. That although he was hurting, although everything within him, his feelings said isolate and grieve in isolation, what would have been a better choice, a healthier choice, would have been to get out and be with people. So once he realized that, he eventually began to go out, even if it was just to a restaurant, rather than eating dinner alone. He would go out and find a restaurant so that at least he could be around people. And even beginning engagement such as, "Hi, how's your day going?" began to help. So find a place to socialize. Another thing is ask somebody if you can come join their family. A number of people have said to me, "Well, holidays are hard because if I go over to somebody's house and they have family, it reminds me that I don't have family, or I don't have a relationship with my children. I don't have a relationship with my parents. I don't." Whereas God will take the lonely and put us in families. He doesn't say he puts us in comfort. He says he puts us in families. And there's something that happens again with the socialization, coming in contact with other people, joining in. It can hurt. Yeah, I'm not saying it won't rub a little bit, but ultimately there is a joy that comes in. Again, we're created for community, we're created for relationship. The other thing is to really look and be intentional into finding those moments, finding those spaces, those spots. I have a friend who she doesn't have any biological family living anymore, and by nature she's an introvert. So it's real easy to stay home. And her birthday rolled around and she was in quiet time with the Lord. And the Lord said, "You know what? I want to bless you, but for me to do that, you need to get out. It's time to get out of your house. And so as she went out, God just opened up the door for something that she never envisioned and really blew her socks off with the depth of love. But in order to receive what he had for her, she actually had to get out. So again, just a few points. Number one, you can find a place to serve where you can give to others, where you can help make their holiday special. And in that, we know that the Lord blesses you, he blesses me when I do that. So there's something about giving and just serving the community. It be intentional about socializing. Okay. Even if your feelings say stay home, and those feelings are very real, say no, 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 we're going to go out because God says he's going to put the lonely in families. So I'm going to go out and I'm going to look for that connection. I'm going to be very intentional about that. Also be willing to receive if somebody invites you over again, or invite, call somebody and say, hey, you know what, I'm alone this holiday, would you mind, can I join in your family? And you know what, if they say no, don't take it personally, call somebody else. Okay. But and the flip side, if somebody calls you and says come on over, do it, give them your yes, and then be able to receive that love and what they're offering you, which is a space at their table. And so I want to encourage you to do that. And then finally, be intentional about looking for the goodness of God, the favor of God as you go through a holiday. It could be your first holiday without a loved one. It could be that you don't have any family. It could be nobody's close by. It could be that there's tension within your family. Whatever it is, take that, give it to the Lord, and say, okay, Lord, I'm going to be intentional. I am looking for you. I'm looking for your joy. I'm looking for your peace. I'm looking for your comfort in this time. And to do that, I'm going to get out of my own way. And I realize you've created us to be in relationships. So I'm going to go and be intentional about going out and finding some healthy relationship, looking for your joy, looking for your peace. So wherever you're at, as you enter into this season, here in the United States with Thanksgiving, then followed again all around the world by Christmas, and all these other things that we have going. I want you to know that I'm praying for you, that you would find that spot, that place of joy as you go about your holidays, and that you would see the goodness of God. You are loved. You are here for such a time as this. And whether you are in a wonderful, easy season or whether you are in a difficult season, know that you are loved, valued, cared for. And again, God has his hand on you. And again, Psalm 68, 5-6, to the fatherless, he is a father. To the widow, he is a champion friend. The lonely, he makes part of a family. The prisoners, he leads into prosperity until they sing for joy.